Recorded live with little or no editing, it's Defense Up Cosmic Crucible Edition. I had Jgiusti and PrpleStiky in voice today helping me out with these teams. Also chat throwing out some great ideas. If you want to be a part of that conversation Monday, Wednesday, Friday in 2023, because this is going to be my last Cosmic Crucible Defense Up video for a minute, finishing out the year. Thank you very much. So we came up with a lot of good ideas. We found a super duper defense that I thought was totally unbeatable, and Jgiusti corrected us on that. And so we're going to go over some of this stuff and show you guys what's going on as long as I can get my tab buttons to work. All right, team number one is the Wakandans, old school Wakandans. People sometimes like going old school Wakanda. Sometimes they like using just straight war dogs. Sometimes it's a mix. Usually people dropping M'Baku for 1 mil. It's up to you, really. I think the Wakandans, and so does everybody else, really, we all think that the Wakandans are a fantastic team, especially for offense. So this team is done right. It's a fine defense, does really good, but it's better on offense. So we're going to give it an A- just because we think it should be used over there instead. Over here, we have what could be replacing the Wakandan team is two teams mashed together in one. It's half a Death Seed Brotherhood combo and half a X Factor Dad Bro combo. And so what we want to do is we want to just utilize the Dad Bros to their full extent, bring in Polaris, maybe throw in like a Noir or a Yo-Yo, somebody who's a Raider that's going to go fast and crit early and get the Dad Bros going, making one full team, and then using the full Death Seed team somewhere else. Now, Death Seed isn't going to win, but they get those blinds out there early, and it forces your opponent to come into them with Infinity Watch or some yet to be disclosed hybrid counter that we don't know about. Otherwise, it just soaks up a lot of turns. They get beat, but it's an inefficient win, so that's why we like the Death Seed on here. So we don't like this mashup. We want to split this into two teams, replacing Room 1 and Room 2 with those two things going on there. Room number 3 is the Darkhold minus MLF. We're using MLF elsewhere. We replaced her with Silver Surfer, which is a terrible replacement for her. He's a good character. He's great plug and play, doesn't have a ton of synergy anywhere. He just kind of goes fast, hits hard, gets sped up over time, throws out ability blocks and steals positive effects. All the things Silver Surfer does, right? He's just not MLF. He's not providing this team with the incredible bonuses that MLF does. So we're not a big fan of that. Personally, a Darkhold team on defense is very troublesome. It's going to cause you to use a lot of turns at the very least, if not force you to narrow your ideas of how you're going to approach this defense as a whole. So you really have to think about what goes where when you have a full Darkhold or Dormhold team on defense. So we would rather see MLF in here. If you want to, what's happening is there's going to be a Super 6 team in Room 6, a super duper defensive team in Room 6. That's where MLF is going and stuff. So if you want to pull MLF to make some kind of crazy hybrid defense, then okay, I guess Silver Surfer is a fine choice to put in here. Big damage, fast, ability block. But we need to move the placement around. What we want to do is we want to do Wong on the outside with Agatha here and then Silver Surfer right here in the center. Now, what that does is that Agatha calls an assist from a Darkhold character. That will be Wong, not Silver Surfer. Obviously, he's not Darkhold. So she will still call the assist from Wong, and you'll have your tank off to the outside. So splash damage only hits Agatha and nobody else. That's a much better placement. Then she will be calling Wong for the assist. When Wong assists, he removes negative effects. However, if you want, you could also do Doctor Strange. His basic is pretty cool. It's like copying and clearing positive effects too. So that's also a good choice there. Same thing though. You're going to have Silver Surfer in the middle with Agatha over his shoulder and then your choice of the character on the outside. All right. I don't really like this. I'm giving this team a B. I would rather just see a Darkhold. I think that's much more effective for an overall defense, and we'll explain why the super duper team isn't so great anymore. All right, team number 4 is the Unlimited X-Men. This is an Unlimited X-Men done fine. You could do Skirmisher on Rogue if you wanted to. She's great as a striker in Cosmic Crucible right now. That Gambit is amazing, right? Just a sexy beast right there. However, what we think we should do on this team is probably either replace Dazzler with Emma or replace Phantom X with Cable so that you speed the team up a little bit. It forces them to come into it with a mirror match, and they have to do a 3v4 kind of speed matchup. They're going to have to use Emma and Cable to go fast enough to get in front and use the special of Rogue onto Rogue. That's how that's going to work. So let's speed this up in one way or another. Otherwise, it's a great team. I'm going to give it an A-. here we have Gamma. We pulled Red Hulk for that final team. Gamma's done right. We've got healer on Hulk and She-Hulk. That's fine. Regular Hulk could be a striker. She-Hulk could be a skirmisher. Otherwise, it's okay. I run the full healer on my Gamma team, and it works great. Thor is a pretty decent replacement. He's got some synergy with Green Hulk. Green Hulk is taunting, so he is going to get hit a lot, giving Thor the charges. It's not ideal, though, but honestly, we're not really using the hero as guardians on Cosmic Crucible right now. They just don't have any super duper bonuses that makes them that great. So this is a pretty decent replacement for Red Hulk. Of course, Red Hulk gives the team huge bonuses and is the linchpin of this team, just like we saw in that Darkhold team. So you're drastically reducing the capabilities of this team. Something else that could be done is use Kestrel in here instead of Thor. That way, the uncanny counter doesn't work, or doesn't work nearly as well when you come into this. So that's something else we could do. I'm going to give this one another A-. That is a very sexy looking Thor, though. 7 red stars, right? He's bringing the thunder. Okay, team number 6. Here's our super duper defense in room 6. It's the Tangled Web duo with Emma to speed them up, MLF and Red Hulk. Now, I came into this thinking that this was going to be the new hotness, the unstoppable, nearly unbeatable team. What happens is, if you don't have the right counters available, it's going to require a 3-tap, and it's a risky one at that. However, if you have Tangled Web, Emma, Dormammu, and somebody else that I can't remember right now, you can come in here and stop this team. Chat's going to help me out here in a minute. The other one is you can bring a straight Gamma in here on a punch across, and your Red Hulk is going to get hit way more than their Red Hulk. Your Tales of Legends bonus is going to be boosting his stats a lot, so when he does his ultimate, this team will bleed out and die quite rapidly. So thank you. Jgiusti says it's Cable. So it's going to be Emma, Cable, the Tangled Web duo, so that your Tangled Web goes first, and then Dormammu for the big ult and the stun with trauma and all that stuff. So that's the other one-shot way to beat this team. Otherwise, it's run over it with a full Gamma. Now, everybody's using their Gamma on Cosmic Crucible defense right now. So my suggestion is, and this is what I've been doing, keep your Tangled Web for offense, keep your Dormammu for offense, keep your speed adjustment characters like Emma and Cable and even Loki on offense, just in case you run across this team so that you can one-shot it. And for me, going full offense is the way to go. We've got some events coming up here where you're gonna wanna be full clearing. You may wanna strip out your defense and go full offense so you can handle stuff like this or anything that comes your way, really. So that's my recommendation. This is pretty new. If nobody is watching my videos, then no one's gonna know this counter unless they're, well, you could be watching just about any other content creator and figure this one out too. But what I'm saying is, somebody might not know this, and you might get a full stop with this defense, and that would be pretty cool. However, they're gonna beat this pretty easy. They're gonna be able to beat this pretty easy if they just use an unlimited or an unlimited with a speed meta team to go first. They're gonna beat this pretty easy. It's still a big team, calls for a big response, but it's not nearly as scary as MLF. This is getting walked over like nobody's business. And then this is a pretty decent defense here. It's just better used for offense. So that's the idea here, is if you're gonna use this great big, huge, full stop kind of defense, you'd better hope that your opponents aren't paying attention to content creators, that they aren't paying attention to what's going on the interwebs, and that they don't have any idea how to deal with this, because there are already some counters out to this one, and this was supposed to be the new hot item. Anyway, all right, thank you, Osiris, for sending me your defense. This was a great one to look at. I appreciate it. If you want your defense featured on Defense Up, be sure, links are in the description. You can hit me up on Discord, send me those pics, and next year we will get right on to it. So remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too, and I'll see you next time. Bye.